Hello everyone, welcome back to Protect and Persevere. Today we're going to be looking at my 10.5 inch Ballistic Advantage AR pistol quote unquote build. So I'm kind of new to the whole SBR versus pistol debacle thing that's been going on, and I'm really used to just the regular 16 inch ones, but I wanted something shorter that I could break down, throw in a bag, and take with me. So I'll be kind of looking at my setup and why I have it set up like I do. Alright, so here is the pistol. And let's go ahead and break it down. So, like I said, this is a 10.5 inch AR pistol. So basically, from the bolt face to the muzzle device, if it is shorter than 16 inches, it must have a brace and be classified as a pistol, or it would be an illegal SBR. I know, dumb ATF stuff. So yeah, it's a 10.5 inch, and it's got a brace, so it's pistol. So now that we got that out of the way, and some other things is 10.5 inch is probably the shortest. I'd go with 5.56 just because you get into issues of dwell time, velocity, how well your ammunition is going to yaw on target or tumble, or your overall lethality, just overall parts wear. Look it up. There's a million different reasons, but yeah, but this does offer very short and compact weapon system. So I'm going to break it down like the famous Grand Thumb does from tip to butt. So I have a regular A2 flash hider on there. It does a decent job controlling this short guy, which that's one of the other things is the shorter you get, the more overall gas and unburnt powder you're going to get through the barrel, so muzzle flash and all that concussive stuff. But your regular A2 does a pretty decent job. For anyone wondering, yes, this is cleared. I probably will be switching this out though whenever my suppressor gets out of the NFA jail. But for now, A2 works. Going to, I guess, the offset of that, I have a Mod Light OKW with a Arasaka momentary. I don't like the clicky one just because if you accidentally click it too hard, it'll stay on, and I just want, no matter what, momentary. And yeah, the OKW, in my opinion, is the best weapon light on the market. It's stupid how much throw you have with it. Like, you can ID something like 300 yards away, no moonlight, just Jesus light all the way out there. Alright, now on top of that, I have the Streamlight, I think it's the VIR something, but it's technically a pistol light, like you meant to go on like a Glock or something. But it has white light and IR light. And the reason I went with it was I honestly could care less with the white light. I mean, it'd be redundant because I have two technically white lights. But so this gives me an IR laser and a very close range illuminator throw to kind of light up, like a small building or something like that. It didn't go that far. I would say only like 20 yards, but it gives you something. It gives you some illumination, and it gives you a definite laser to aim with under night vision. Now, without getting into O-lights or any other Chinese stuff, this is, my opinion, the most budget night vision aiming device. And it also has a redundant white light, so technically, I could take off the OKW and just have this. I might do a video on just this, but yeah, budget night vision aiming device. And it has a toggle for constant and momentary. And I just have it set on off so I don't accidentally, bump it and turn on my IR and I'll never know, and then the battery will die. So, okay, I went over muzzle, white light, IR device. I really like their Handguard. So this is, Ballistic Advantage is basically a sister company of Aero Precision or something like that. And this is like the Atlas Slim Guard. So basically you have no pick section right here. And it's just smooth and very lightweight. Now there are some pros and some cons to that. I like the pros of it is it's very slim, very lightweight, and I like how you can get a full C clamp on it and you're not obstructing anything. Now obvious cons are if you want to run some type of different anything basically different than this, you'd need more pick section to put, like a pressure pad or something. And honestly, I didn't even want this handguard, but I got this back when COVID, really kicked off pretty hard, and everything was out of stock, and I was like, screw it, I just want some 10.5 inch that Ballistic Advantage had on their website. So I went the slim one. So that then kind of defaulted me to this guy and no pressure pads, but I'm okay with it because of how short this rail is. I mean, there's not much room to put much stuff anyways. So yeah. I have backup irons on the front and the rear. That's one also downside is since I put this guy right here, I couldn't put my front sight up there anymore. So I'd rather have it right here and have a shorter sight radius. It's still very usable, but I'd rather have that short radius going on than having no irons at all. And then going from that, I have the Hollow Sun. It's like the ACS Parallel one. It's like their Hollow Sun partnered with Primary Arms with the ACSS, and I absolutely love this guy. I changed out the mount, the stock mount. I went with an American Defense Manufacturing ADM mount, so I could take this off if I need to. But yeah, I really love this little optic. And from what I know, that's the only problem with it is the stock mount kind of sucks. So ADM makes good stuff. Behind that, I have a Primary Arms 3X magnifier on a GG and G mount. This magnifier is pretty legit. It just gives you that extra, I guess, force multiplier in being able to reach out. And a lot of people bash on 10.5 inch, including me, about overall range, but honestly, you can still shoot 10.5 inch 5.56 out to however far. Like, it's still possible. And in my opinion, most people, they're the limiting factor, not the rifle or barrel length. So yeah, I like having a little bit of magnification always, even at the very least if it's passively just, turning over the shoulder and trying to be like, hey, is there something behind that tree or something? So yeah. I changed out the stock charging handle, and this is, I think, a Veltor or BCM one. I think it's one of the old Veltors or VF whatever. Yeah. Going into the parts kit, I went with the Sons of Liberty blaster kit. So it has like all of their mil-spec little parts, bolt catch, safety, detents, all that stuff, and their trigger. And I can honestly say, going from a Palmetto kit to a Sons of Liberty kit, this is by far way better. Everything's more smooth. The trigger, it's the mil-spec trigger, but it's just crisp. Like, it's like a 5 to 6 pound trigger, but every time I pull it, I know exactly it's going to be that 5 or 6 pounds. Like, there's no, oh, that one was a little bit heavier than this one. Oh, it's a little bit slow or sloppy. No, every time it's the exact same, and I know what it's going to feel like. And the reset is perfect. Alright. Also want to throw in BCM grip, my favorite grip. Just, I like the angle, and you got some storage compartment. I have a Slate Black Industries hand stop. I really like this guy, not only for just indexing a good point, but also you can shove it on a barricade or whatever. It's very low profile. I have a regular carbine buffer tube, I believe. And I have that, obviously the SBA brace or whatever. And I got the T-Rex arms sling tied up right there. And I have it set up on the, I forgot what it is, but it's like a 1-point sling adapter. So right now I have it tied off to be 1 point. But if I want to, I can pop off that QD and then put it right there. And then I have my regular 2-point sling set up. So now kind of getting into the why of this. So like I said, growing up, I was only used to regular 16-inch, even 20-inch, like old school M4, M16 style. And I didn't really ever think about any of the shorter ones. But then, you play Call of Duty and all that stuff, and you watch some of these other, like Navy SEAL movies, and they got like Mark 18s and stuff like that. I was like, those are legit. How practical is it? Well, it depends on your application. Everything, mission drives gear. You're always going to have a different tool for a different job. So basically, this gets into the realm of I'm not really looking to, do rural, reconnaissance or whatever, or shooting really far. This is something that I wanted short enough, predominantly to put in some type of bag, whether it's a backpack, a duffel bag, I don't even know, like some type of sports bag, but just, it's really hard to do that with a 16-inch gun. And I wanted something just, if I'm, not at my house, not at, around my regular area, that I could have something with me that would give me more capability than a pistol, because rifles are better at stopping bad guys than pistols are. It's just scientifically proven. So this gives me that capability. It's short enough to break down and put in stuff. I wanted a Law tactical folder, but they're like super hard to get and super expensive. So I just, I'm not going to do that, at least not for now. But yeah, I wanted something short enough. It's compact. And also, if you're looking to ever suppress something, a 10.5 inch with like a 5 inch or 6 inch suppressor is basically at the same length as a 16 inch, but you have a suppressed rifle. So I wanted something that I could still suppress and be usable, because like if you get a 16-inch gun and then you put a 6-inch or 5-inch suppressor on a 16-inch, you're talking about longer than, M16A2 stuff going on. So yeah, there's that. Now some cons of this is, I kind of already talked about, is this thing is screaming to be suppressed, just because just how short the barrel is. I know there's shorter barrel length and stuff, but this thing is super concussive, and especially at night. I have night vision. I don't have, my suppressor in yet, but after about 1 or 2 shots, it's just fireball, 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 and you can't see stuff anymore. So that is some obvious downsides. Now, getting into why would an average person want this, or why wouldn't they want this? Well, if you need something short enough that can still deliver 5.56 action, then yeah, go with the 10.5. The reason also, there's 11.5s, 12.5s, 13.7, all crazy different lengths people make. And the way I look at it, and I kind of looked into research about, try to figure out what your application is for. For instance, if you're trying to fit it in your JanSport or your Adidas backpack or whatever, if kind of measure it out. Be like, can I fit a 10.5 inch? Can I fit an 11.5, 12.5? If you're carrying it in a duffel, you can get away with a 13 inch, But for me, 10.5 is, it's like right at the crisp edge of all the stuff I want to carry it in that makes it possible. At least from breaking it down. Like it'd be kind of hard, unless I had a Law folder, to find a bag that could fit this entire thing. And I'm talking about, low profile carrying. I'm not talking about carrying a range bag that screams, oh, I have a gun in this. So, now some cons about you wouldn't want it. If you're not ever planning on running suppressed, just get a 16 inch, or heck, even a 20 inch. Just because those are going to offer you more velocity. You might as well use up that extra space that you would put a suppressor on and just get more barrel. It's going to shoot smoother. This one has a little bit more pop, just because it's not mid-length or rifle. It's just a regular carbine gas system. But that being said, Ballistic Advantage makes some good stuff, and I would highly recommend them. And yeah, so if you're not planning on running suppressed, you don't care about bag space, I would go with the longer gun. But I don't know, I really enjoy this 10.5 inch Ballistic Advantage stuff. And if you're used to arrow precision stuff, this is basically the same exact setup. So yeah, I hope y'all found this informative. I hope y'all liked it, and please like and subscribe. Stay safe, everyone, and God bless.